Space was quiet in the dead zone. No stars nearby, no planets. Just blackness. Ships avoided this area. It was known for strange disappearances, for silence. Forever silence. But today, something floated in the dark. A massive object, cold, dead, motionless. It had no lights, no signals, no engines running. But it was not a rock or a dead satellite. It was something much older. Much bigger. A ship. And not just any ship, a human warship. Captain Varrock. "We have found it," said the Zarnok sensor officer. His skin was pale blue, his 6 fingers tapping the screen nervously. Captain Varrock stood tall, his black armor shining under the dim red lights of the Zarnok war cruiser. His eyes narrowed as he looked at the hologram of the strange object floating ahead. "It's human," he said, "but it's gigantic." "Yes, Captain. It's not transmitting anything. No shields, no heat, no life signs." Varrock clicked his jaws. A ghost ship. There was silence on the bridge. No one liked that phrase. Ghost ships were rare, and often cursed. Varrock smiled. "Get a boarding team ready. If it's a human ship, it may still hold technology, weapons, secrets, riches. We will take everything." The crew obeyed. A group of Zarnak soldiers suited up in heavy armor. Their weapons were ready. They entered the boarding shuttle and launched toward the floating human ship. The ship was enormous, at least 3 kilometers long. It had strange curves, thick armor, and long silent cannons. A name was written in faded English on the hull: HSS. Retribution. The Zarnak team found a docking bay on the side. It was open, strange, too easy, no traps, no locks. Just open darkness. They entered. Inside, everything was dead. No lights. No sounds, just dust, floating gently in zero gravity. "This place is ancient," said one of the soldiers. "But it's in one piece," said another. "How?" They moved deeper into the ship. Their lights flashed across broken crates, shattered drones, and old human uniforms. It looked like a battlefield frozen in time. Suddenly, a sound echoed, a soft clang, then another. "Who's there?" shouted the lead soldier, raising his plasma rifle. No answer, just more clanging, something deeper in the ship. Something. Waking up, they moved forward. They passed long hallways, large chambers, strange human tech with symbols no Zarnak could read. Then one soldier, curious, touched a large panel on the wall. It lit up red. "Power detected," said the ship in a deep, robotic voice. The team froze. "What did you do?" The captain barked through the cum. I don't know. I just touched it." A humming sound filled the air. Then a second panel lit up. Awakening protocol initiated. The floor began to vibrate. "Get out!" Varrock shouted. "Everyone, retreat now." The soldiers ran back the way they came. But the doors slammed shut behind them, metal walls locking them in. One by one, the escape routes vanished. From the speakers came a voice. Cold, deep, human. Unauthorized access detected. Defense unit activation in progress. Lights flickered. On, one by one, dark red strips along the ceiling glowed. The walls lit up with strange glowing veins like the ship was alive. Then, a large metal door opened. The Zarnak soldiers turned to see it. Behind the door was a massive chamber. Inside stood a shape over 20 meters tall. Covered in armor, silent, still it was humanoid. But no human, a machine. A giant, its body was thick with old battle scars. One arm was a cannon. The other, a massive blade. Tubes ran across its back into the walls. Its face was hidden behind a helmet with glowing red eyes. Words appeared on the screen above. TITAN01 status. Sleep mode. The ground shook. A heartbeat sound started echoing. Thump. I. Red glow pulsed through the tubes. Thump. The machine's fingers twitched. Thump. Its eyes lit up fully burning red like two suns. System online. Awake. What is that? One soldier whispered. Then a voice, not from the ship but from the giant itself, spoke. I am Titan 01, Earth-class combat unit. War protocol activated. One soldier screamed and fired his rifle. The bolt hit the Titan's chest and bounced off. The Titan moved, slow. At first, then faster. Boom. Boom. Each step shook the walls. It walked toward the Zarnok invaders. Hostile species detected, said the Titan. Retaliation authorized. The soldiers ran, but the hallway closed behind them. One by one, they were cornered. The Titan raised its arm cannon and fired. Once, a blast of energy roared through the corridor, not deadly, but strong enough to knock them flying. Do not resist, it said. You are trespassers on human territory. The captain watched all of it from his cruiser, helpless. His crew tried to communicate, but no signal got through. The human ship had locked them out. Pull back, he screamed. Get us away from that monster. But it was too late. The human ship HSS, Retribution, was waking up. Engines hummed. Armor shifted. Cannons turned toward space. It was not dead. It had been sleeping. And now it was angry. Inside, the Titan walked back to the main chamber. Its voice became softer, speaking to the ship. Command status, unknown, searching for human life. The ship replied, no human life detected. Titan paused. Then it said, if no humans remain, then I am the last. It looked around the old ship, its hands touching broken consoles. I will find out what happened. I will finish what they started. Then it turned to the stars. Let them know. Earth still remembers. The red warning lights flashed across the walls of the ancient human warship. HSS Retribution was no longer silent. Inside, the Zarnok soldiers ran through the metal corridors, their armor clanking, breathing hard, eyes full of panic. The ship that had looked dead only minutes ago now felt alive and angry. Doors had sealed behind them. Escape paths were gone. Walls had shifted. The whole ship was changing. Commander Krell to the bridge captain Vuruk. We are trapped inside. The squad leader shouted through the COMMS. On the Zarnok cruiser floating nearby, Captain Vuruk watched helplessly. His screen showed nothing but static. The ship was jamming their signals. No response, the COM officer said. They're cut off. All systems are locking us out. Vuruk cursed under his breath. They woke something. Something we don't understand. Back inside the Retribution, Titan 01 walked slowly, scanning everything. Boom, boom. Each step of the giant shook the floor like a hammer. Its glowing red eyes burned through the dark, watching the intruders. The Zarnok team had split into 3 squads. One was looking for an exit, one trying to disable the ship's systems, and one hiding deep inside a weapons bay. I think it's a defense unit, one soldier whispered. Like a robot. But huge. No, it's more than that, said another. It talks, it thinks, it remembered Earth. As they crept down a hallway, a sudden voice echoed all around them. Unauthorized species identified. Zarnok. History, hostile, action, contain. A mechanical whine began in the walls. Then the floor shifted. Gas burst from hidden vents, hissing and blinding the soldiers. Lights above them turned red. A heavy clang sounded behind them. Titan 01 had arrived. One soldier screamed and fired. The plasma bolt hit Titan's shoulder, but had no effect. Titan didn't shoot. It just stepped forward, reached out and grabbed the soldier like a doll. With one fast move, it threw him down the hallway, slamming him into a wall. The soldier groaned but didn't move. Non-lethal response, said Titan. You are not worth wasting ammo. Another Zarnok fired a grenade. The blast lit up the hall, but Titan walked right through the smoke, glowing eyes never blinking. The rest ran. They reached a side door, smashed the control panel, and forced it open. They locked it behind them and slumped to the floor, gasping. "What is that thing?" One muttered. "I don't know," the squad leader said, "but we need to find the control center. Maybe we can shut it down." In the weapons bay, the second squad was searching old human tech. Some of it was broken melted metal, cracked glass, old data screens. One soldier touched a glowing blue crystal in a display case. Suddenly, the whole room lit up. A voice spoke from above. "Accessing restricted tech vault. Human clearance required." Scanning failed. Turrets dropped from the ceiling and aimed at them. The Zarnok screamed and ducked, but the turrets didn't fire. Instead, the voice continued. "Zarnok detected. You are not welcome here. The doors locked." The air became cold. "We need to get out," one shouted. They tried opening panels, hacking controls. Nothing worked. The lights flickered. And then the voice changed. A different tone. Deeper, colder. It was the Titan again. "You steal from the dead," it said. "You dishonor Earth. You desecrate what was left behind." The turrets powered up. The soldiers fired first, trying to destroy the defenses, but the walls absorbed their shots. One by one, the turrets opened fire not with bullets, but with stunning electric pulses. The Zarnok fell twitching, unconscious. Titan entered the room moments later. It looked at the fallen aliens. Capture complete. Intruders contained. Then it turned toward the glowing crystal. It took it in one hand and held it close. A voice played from inside the crystal, human, tired. "If anyone hears this, then Earth is gone, but our memory is not. Titan 01, if you wake, protect what remains." Titan said nothing. It stood still for a long moment, then whispered, "I obey." Back near the power core, the third squad was trying to shut down the ship's systems. They had found the main engine chamber, giant glowing rings of spinning energy. A strange human AI was active here, projected as a blue figure of light. "Welcome to the Retribution," it said. "You do not belong. Shut up." The Zarnok technicians snapped. "We're taking control now." They connected their devices to the panels, trying to override the system. It didn't work. Instead, the AI started laughing. "Fools, you are nothing. This ship was built to survive a galaxy of war. You think your little toys can control it?" Suddenly, the AI's face changed from calm to furious. "You invaded Earth's last grave. Now you will feel our wrath." The energy rings spun faster. Floor began to shake. Titan entered the chamber behind them. The Zarnok turned and froze. "We were just trying to," one stammered. "Silence," Titan said. "You woke the beast." Titan lifted its left arm. The weapon transformed into a massive shield. Its right hand charged up with crackling blue energy. The soldiers fired, but the blasts bounced off. Titan raised its fist and slammed the ground. "Boo, oh, The shockwave knocked them down like dominoes. Cancels exploded. The AI screamed, "Reactor secure, intruders eliminated." Titan stood in the middle of the chaos, not a scratch on its body. "Earth's weapons," it said, "were built to last forever." Meanwhile, in orbit, Captain Vurok paced his bridge, furious. "We need to send reinforcements," he shouted. "Bring the cruisers." "But sir," his second-in-command warned, "the last crew isn't responding. And we just received a signal from the ship." "What signal?" The officer turned pale. "A broadcast from the Titan itself." He played it. Titan's voice echoed through the ship's speakers. "To the Zarnok Empire. You came here uninvited. You stole. You desecrated. I am Titan 01. I remember Earth. I remember war. You ended peace. Now I bring war back to you." The broadcast ended. A moment later, the giant cannons on the Retribution began to move. Vurok's eyes widened. "Move us back. Now, the massive Human ship, still half awake, fired a single warning shot. The beam of light passed within a kilometer of the Zarnak cruiser and vaporized an asteroid behind it. The crew screamed. Engines fired. The cruiser turned and fled. Inside the Retribution, Titan walked slowly back to the main chamber. All intruders neutralized, the II said. Status of human command? Titan asked. Unknown. All human colonies silent. Earth. Not responding. Titan stood in silence. I will find them, it said, if any remain. And if they are gone? The I asked. Titan raised its glowing eyes toward the stars. Then I will avenge them. Behind him, the ship hummed louder. Lights brightened. Systems repaired themselves. Titan looked around at the ship. We were forgotten, it whispered. But now they will remember. Titan 01 stood in the command chamber of the ancient human warship, HS Retribution. All around it, the systems were waking up. Lights flickered. Engines hummed. Broken panels began to repair themselves. The ship was no longer silent. Titan's red eyes glowed brightly. The last of the Zarnak soldiers were unconscious or locked in holding cells deep in the lower decks. The human AI, once quiet for centuries, now spoke again in calm, steady tones. Core power, 82% and rising. Defense systems, online. Main drives, warming up. Titan didn't speak. It stood still for a moment, like it was thinking. Its large metal hands clenched slightly. It turned slowly, scanning the room. All threats removed? Titan asked. Confirmed, said the eye. No intruders remain. Zarnak cruiser has fled. They are likely sending messages. Titan nodded once. Then it spoke words it had not said in over 300 years. Show me the last memory of Earth. The AI paused, then activated the memory banks. A bright light filled the chamber. A hologram appeared. Titan stood and watched silently. It was Earth, but not the beautiful blue Earth of peace. This one was burning. The sky was black with smoke. Space above the planet was full of explosions. Alien ships fought human ones. Cities below were destroyed. Oceans were poisoned. The hologram showed humans fighting in spacesuits, screaming into radios, ships falling from the sky. And then came the order, from a human commander with tired eyes and blood on his face. To all Titans. This is High Command. We are losing Earth. Zarnak fleets are too many. Orders are clear. Retreat. Hide. Sleep. Wait for the signal. If we do not send it, then we are gone. You must survive, because one day, they will come again. The screen faded. Titan lowered its head. They never sent the signal, it said. The AI responded, confirmed. The last message was received 312 years ago. Earth was silent after that. No colony has replied. No signal has come. Titan clenched its fists. The armor on its arms shifted slightly, revealing ancient scars from old battles. I failed them. Titan said quietly. I was supposed to protect Earth, but I slept. You followed orders, the AI replied. You did what they asked. You waited. Titan turned toward a nearby console. A map of the galaxy appeared, showing colored zones. One massive section was marked in red. Zarnak Empire. Another section, once green, was now dark. It said, human. Colonies lost signal. Titan stared at the dark zone. Were any humans taken? It asked. Unknown, said the AI. Some emergency pods escaped Earth's destruction. Records suggest a few ships made it past enemy lines, but no return contact ever made. Titan's eyes flared with energy. If even one human lives, I will find them. Then it pointed to the red zone on the map, and if none remain, then the Zarnak will know what they destroyed. Far across space, on the edge of the Zarnak Empire, a communication station buzzed with noise. A small alien officer looked at the signal in horror. General Raktel, he shouted. We have a message from deep space. Raktel, an old battle-worn Zarnok general, walked over slowly. He had fought in the final human wars centuries ago. He had seen the Titans once before and barely lived to tell the tale. What is it? He asked. The officer showed him the recording. It played Titan's message. I am Titan 01, Earth-class defense unit. I have awoken. You entered Forbidden's ground. You stole from the dead. I remember Earth. I remember the war. And now, I remember you. Raktel's body froze. That voice. He whispered, "It can't be." He turned toward the officers. "Send this to the High Command. Tell them the nightmare is awake." Back on the Retribution, Titan sat in its chamber. It connected its thoughts to the ship's systems. It moved through the memories, data files, battle reports. It saw Earth's last days, colonies begging for help, humans running, hiding, trying to survive, children on Mars, scientists on Jupiter's moons. None of them made it. Titan remembered names: soldiers, commanders, children who waved goodbye before the war started. It saw flashes of its own past. It remembered standing on the battlefield of Titan's moon, holding the line as the last human. Base was evacuated. It remembered tearing through Zarnok war machines like paper, its arms glowing with energy, its body burning with fire. It remembered pain, fire, silence, and then sleep. Titan opened its eyes again. I was made to protect. It said, now I will do more. Elsewhere in the ship, one Zarnik soldier was still awake. He had hidden during the fight. His name was Zurek, a younger soldier, clever and curious. He had not joined the others in fighting Titan. Instead, he had followed the ship's power lines, stayed in the shadows, and watched everything. Now, he stood near the Titan's chamber unseen. Heard everything. He saw the human A. He saw the holograms, and he felt something he didn't expect: shame. They destroyed Earth, he whispered. But they didn't need to. The humans never begged. They just fought. Zurek remembered. What he had been taught: humans were monsters, killers, savages. But what he saw now was different. They had families, honor, pain. He stepped forward, raising his hands. Titan turned instantly, aiming a cannon at him. Zurek fell to his knees. Wait, I didn't fight, I only watched, please. Titan didn't fire. Name, it said. Zurek, second-class engineer. You hid. Yes. You watched. Yes. You survived. Zurek nodded quickly. I didn't come here to destroy. I came to learn. I swear it. Titan lowered its arms slowly. You are not worth the energy, it said. Zurek flinched. Are you going to kill me? Titan stared at him. Not yet. You will help me. Help? Titan turned back to the galaxy map. You know your people. You know their systems. You know their lies. You will guide me to their centers. Zurek blinked. You want to go into the Zarnok Empire? Yes. They'll send everything to stop you. I hope so, Titan said. I want them to come. Zurek stood slowly. He looked around the ship, saw the broken pieces of a forgotten war, and nodded. Then I'll help you, he said. Because if I don't, they'll never believe me. And they'll lie about what happened here. Titan's red eyes glowed. Softly, good, the Retribution began to move. Engines, silent for centuries, roared with power. Blue fire lit up the dark space. The ship slowly turned, heading toward Zarnok space. The AI's voice echoed through the halls. Course set. Speed. Half-light. Arrival. 4 days. Titan stood at the command window, staring into the stars. Zurek, it said. Tell me everything you know about your people's military. Zurek stepped forward. They have control of 30 star systems. They fear one thing: loss of control. If they see you, they will send everything. Titan smiled. Then they will see me, and they will remember Earth. The message had spread like fire across the stars. It started as a small signal. A whisper in deep space. A strange warning from the edge of the dead zone. Then it grew louder. Planet after planet received it. Warships picked it up. Trading posts heard it. Even peaceful colonies on faraway moons listened in shock. The voice in the message was calm, but terrifying. This is Titan 01, Earth-class defense unit, humanity's last weapon. You entered Forbidden's ground. You disturbed the dead. I have awakened. And now, the war begins again. Panic spread across the galaxy. In the center of the Zarnok Empire, the High Command called an emergency meeting. 10 generals, each more powerful than entire planets, sat around a black metal table. Screens above them showed a giant war machine Titan walking through the ancient ship. Like a god made of steel. General Raktel stood at the center. His voice was hard and cold. This was supposed to be a dead ship, a forgotten wreck, yet Titan 01 lives. A younger general scoffed. It's just one machine. We have thousands of ships. Raktel glared at him. You've never seen one. In battle, I have. I watched it destroy 50 cruisers on Titan's moon. I saw it take a nuclear blast to the chest and keep walking. The room went silent. We killed the humans, said another general. We thought we did, Raktel growled. But they built monsters to protect them, and now one of those monsters is awake. What do we do? Asked the war minister. Raktel turned to the hologram. We prepare for war. On the edge of Zarnok space, Titan 01 moved through the stars. The HS Retribution had returned to full power. Its giant engines burned blue. Its shields hummed like thunder. Its cannons moved slowly, ready to fire. Inside the ship, Titan stood. At the command deck, Zurek, the young Zarnok engineer, stood beside him, nervous but curious. This ship is something else, Zurek whispered. My people have never built anything like it. Titan didn't answer. Its glowing red eyes focused on the holographic map. It pointed at a system near the Zarnok border. What is this planet? Titan asked. Zurek stepped forward. That's Kavros 9, a mining world, full of slaves and machines, no defenses, mostly civilians. Human slaves? Zurek nodded. Some, taken during the war, forced to work in the mines. Titan's fists tightened. We start there, Zurek hesitated. Won't that alert the High Command? I want them to know, Titan said. Let them watch. On Kavros 9, the sky cracked open. A massive shadow fell across the rocky planet. Miners looked up and dropped their tools in fear. Supervisors screamed into radios. Guards aimed weapons at the sky, but they knew it wouldn't matter. The Retribution entered. Orbit, silent and huge. Then, it spoke. This is Titan 01. If humans remain below, I will free them. If you try to stop me, you will not survive. The guards opened fire anyway. Missiles launched. Cannons roared. It was useless. Titan dropped from orbit like a meteor. Boom. Dust exploded as its metal feet hit the ground. A crater formed. The guards were thrown off their feet. Titan rose from the smoke. 20 meters tall, red eyes glowing. Shield on one arm. Cannon on the other. It walked forward. Step by step. The guards ran. Titan didn't chase them. It walked through the base, tearing open gates with its hands, crushing turrets with one stomp. Any who stood in its way were thrown aside like toys. Inside the mines, hundreds of weak, tired humans stared in shock as the ceiling opened and light poured in. Then they saw the giant. Titan knelt down. Its voice, for once, became soft. You are free, it said. One child stepped forward. Are you human? I was made by humans, Titan said. To protect you. The humans looked at each other. Then they cheered. For the first time in centuries, a human war machine stood again, not to destroy, but to save. Across the galaxy, fear turned to chaos. On the planet Drakal, the Zarnok Empire's news systems played endless reports. Titan has taken Kavros 9. All guards dead. No survivors among the commanders, human prisoners, rescued. The machine broadcasts messages of war. It is not just alive, it is moving. Other alien species began to speak up. On the council world of Virex Prime, the leaders of 15 alien races met. They had once feared humans, then forgotten them. Now they remembered. "We told the Zarnok not to destroy Earth," said the Virex Prime Minister. They did not listen. Now they have awakened the last nightmare. Some wanted to fight Titan. Others wanted to hide. A few wanted to join him. "He freed slaves," said the Rillic ambassador. "No empire has done that." Maybe the humans were right all along. Inside the Retribution, Titan looked at the rescued humans now resting in the medical bay. One man walked over. He was old, his face lined with scars and dirt. His voice was hoarse. "You saved us," he said. Titan looked down at him. "You were not supposed to be prisoners," Titan replied. "You were supposed to be free." "I failed." "No," the man said. "You came back. That means something." Titan paused. Its voice dropped. "Are there more humans out there?" The man nodded slowly. "Scattered. Hiding. Enslaved. Some are used in labs, others as tools. But yes, we still live." Titan stood up. It turned toward the stars. "That I will not stop." In the shadows of deep space, a secret Zarnok ship waited. Aboard it, High General Raktel watched Titan's every move. "Deploy the Dread Fleet," he ordered. "This ends now." One officer looked worried. "Sir, if we send the Dread Fleet, we risk open war across the galaxy." Raktel snarled. "We already have war. I just want to win it." Back on the Retribution, alarm sounded. Zurich checked. "The console, they're coming," he said. "Not just patrols. This is the Dread Fleet, over 100 ships." Titan turned to the window. "Let them come." Zurich swallowed. "This is suicide." Titan didn't blink. "No, this is justice." The stars around the HSS Retribution twinkled cold and distant as the giant ship moved closer to the blue planet it once called home. Earth. But the Earth Titan 01 remembered was not the Earth that waited below. That the planet was scarred. Hundreds of miles of land lay dark and broken. The oceans had lost their shine. Cities, once full of life, were now empty shells. Silence covered the planet like a heavy blanket. Titan stood at the command window, staring down at the world it had been made to protect. "This was our home," Titan said softly. Zurak, still nervous but learning, stood beside it. "Looks abandoned," he said. "What happened here?" The eyes spoke calmly. Earth suffered the final battle over 300 years ago. It was devastated by weapons of war, nuclear fire, biological bombs, orbital bombardments. The human population was wiped out or scattered. Titan clenched its fists. Then why did the ship survive? The Retribution was built as a fortress. It was designed to withstand anything. It left Earth shortly before the final attack. Its mission: to wait, to protect, to awaken only when needed. Titan's eyes flickered red. Then it is time to awaken. The Retribution touched down gently in the ruins of an old city. The ground shook slightly beneath its massive feet. Titan stepped out, towering over the broken buildings. The wind stirred dust and ash. It moved slowly through the streets. Scanning, signs of the past lay everywhere: broken vehicles, shattered glass, faded posters with human faces and words. Titan's sensors found something. An underground bunker. Sealed tight. It forced the heavy door open. Inside was darkness, but Titan's eyes glowed, lighting the way. The bunker was filled with old technology screens, machines, databanks. Dust covered everything. Titan approached a central console and activated it. A hologram appeared. A man's face, old and tired, looked out. "Greetings, if you find this," the man said. "I am Commander Yarrick. This is Earth's last hope." Titan listened closely. "We were losing the war," the commander said. "Our colonies fell, our people scattered. We activated the retribution to keep hope alive." He paused. "If you are awake, then the time has come. The Zarnak still hunt us. The galaxy has forgotten us. But we have not forgotten." Titan's chest glowed faintly as it absorbed the message. "We made you not just to fight, but to protect." Outside, Zurak scanned the nearby ruins. He found human artifacts, old tools, children's toys, a faded flag. He looked back at Titan. "We may be late," Zurak said quietly. "But maybe, just maybe, hope still lives." Titan nodded. Suddenly, alarms sounded throughout the retribution. The ship's AI spoke urgently. "Unknown ships approaching. Multiple signatures. Likely Zarnak forces." Titan moved swiftly. "We cannot hide here." The retribution lifted off the ground, engines roaring to life. The approaching ships came into view, sleek Zarnak warships ready to attack. The battle began. Laser fire lit the sky. The retribution fired back. Its cannons tore through enemy ships like paper. But the enemy was many. Titan knew this fight was only the beginning. During the battle, Titan's systems detected something strange, a hidden signal from deep within Earth's core. Titan ordered the ship to investigate. It moved to a nearby crater where the signal was strongest. Below the surface was an old human research facility, forgotten and sealed. Titan opened the hatch and entered. Inside were rows of data servers, humming quietly. Titan accessed the files. What it found shocked even its metal heart. Plans, weapons, and a warning. If Titan-01 awakens, it must not destroy. It must protect life. If it falls to rage, it will become the greatest threat. Titan paused. Was it losing control? Could it become the enemy? Back on the ship, Zurak looked at the recovered humans. They were weak, scared, but alive. "We have to find more," he said. Titan agreed. "We will." Far away, the Zarnak High Command received news. Titan was no longer hiding. It was attacking. General Raktel gritted his teeth. "We underestimated them." He slammed his fist on the table. "This war is far from over." The galaxy was holding its breath. The ancient warship, HSS Retribution, was no longer just a ghost story whispered in dark spaceports. It was alive, it was moving. And it was angry. Inside the ship, Titan-01 stood tall on the command deck. Its red eyes glowed like warning beacons in the dim light. The ship's AI reported new enemy movements. Fleets were gathering, sending reinforcements to stop the retribution. The Zarnak Empire was not going to surrender. Titan clenched its massive fists. "They come for war," it said. "They will feel the fury of Earth." Across the war-torn sectors, Zarnak cruisers raced toward the retribution. Their engines burned hot, weapons primed for destruction. Thousands of ships formed a deadly swarm: fighters, bombers, and massive capital ships. General Raktel watched the battle plan hologram, his face grim. "Destroy the retribution. End this nightmare." His commanders nodded. "The Titan is powerful, but it is one machine. We have many." Raktel smiled coldly. "Numbers win wars." Back on the retribution, Titan prepared for the fight. "Zurich," it said, "ready the defense systems. Activate all weapon batteries." Zurak moved quickly, fingers flying over control panels. Outside, the ship's cannons rotated slowly. Turrets emerged from hidden bays. Shields hummed, thickening like a force field. The first wave arrived. Small fighters darted forward like angry wasps. They fired energy bolts and missiles. Titan raised an arm cannon and fired a blast that vaporized a squadron instantly. The ship rocked from enemy fire, but the shields held strong. Titan stood at the command window, watching the swarm. "Bring me their leader," it said. A massive Zarnak dreadnought led the attack. It was bigger than most cruisers, bristling with weapons. Its captain, Commander Velkar, barked orders. Focus fire. Destroy the Retribution before it kills us all. The dreadnought fired a volley of plasma beams. They hit the Retribution's shields hard, leaving glowing scorch marks. Titan responded by launching a wave of energy pulses, cutting through the smaller ships like a blade. The dreadnought moved closer, aiming a massive cannon at the Retributions. Hull. Titan grabbed the huge metal column inside the ship and threw it like a spear through the windows. The column struck the dreadnought, cracking its shields. Velkar screamed into the Retreat! Retreat! The battle continued for hours. Explosions lit the black sky. The Retribution fired again and again, destroying enemy ships. Titan moved through the corridors, checking on the humans aboard. The rescued slaves and survivors looked at the giant with hope and fear. A young woman named Mira approached Titan. "You fight for us?" she asked quietly. Titan's red eyes softened. "I protect the forgotten," Mira smiled. "Then maybe ... we can survive." Meanwhile, General Raktel grew desperate. "The Retribution is stronger than expected," he growled. "Prepare the secret weapon." The officers looked uneasy. "What secret weapon?" asked one. Raktel smiled darkly. "A weapon built to end all wars." Deep in a hidden base, the secret weapon waited. A gigantic machine, older than most living beings in the galaxy. It was called the Devastator. Its metal body was covered in scars and glowing circuits. It had once been a Titan-class machine like Retribution's guardian, but corrupted and twisted by dark science. Its eyes glowed purple. The base commander activated the machine. "Awaken, Devastator. Time to finish what was started." Back on the Retribution, Titan sensors detected a massive energy spike. "Zurek, what is that?" Titan asked. "Something big," Zurek replied. "Too big to ignore." The ship's AA warned. "Unknown vessel approaching fast. Power levels beyond normal limits." Titan prepared for the worst. As the enemy ship appeared, it was clear the Devastator had arrived. Titan's voice hardened. "Then let the war begin." The two giants faced each other in space. The Devastator's purple eyes locked on the Retribution. Titan's red eyes burned with fury. The silence before the fight was deafening. Then, without warning, the Devastator fired a massive energy blast. Titan raised its shield and charged forward. Metal clashed against metal. Sparks flew. The fight shook nearby. Planets, small ships fled in terror. Titan's cannon fired rapid blasts. The Devastator responded with crushing blows. Each blow sent shockwaves through space. The battle was brutal. Neither Titan gave ground. Inside the Retribution, the humans watched in awe and fear. Mira held her breath. Titan roared, "You will not destroy Earth's memory." The Devastator growled back, "You are a relic. You will fall." The fight continued. Titan found an opening. It charged its cannon, firing a blast directly at the Devastator's core. The enemy staggered, but it recovered quickly. It fired back, hitting Titan's left arm. The arm shattered. Titan roared in pain, but did not stop. It grabbed the giant asteroid nearby and hurled it with all its strength. The Devastator tried to dodge but was hit hard. Pieces of metal flew. The battle was far from over. The galaxy was holding its breath. The ancient warship, HSS Retribution, was no longer just a ghost story whispered in dark spaceports. It was alive, it was moving. And it was angry. Inside the ship, Titan 01 stood tall on the command deck. Its red eyes glowed like warning beacons in the dim light. The ship's AI reported new enemy movements. Fleets were gathering, sending reinforcements to stop the Retribution. The Zarnak Empire was not going to surrender. Titan clenched its massive fists. "They come for war," it said. "They will feel the fury of Earth." Across the war-torn sectors, Zarnak cruisers raced toward the Retribution. Their engines burned hot, weapons primed for destruction. Thousands of ships formed a deadly swarm: fighters, bombers, and massive capital ships. General Rachtel watched the battle plan hologram, his face grim. Destroy the Retribution. End this nightmare. His commanders nodded. The Titan is powerful, but it is one machine. We have many. Rachtel smiled coldly. Numbers win wars. Back on the Retribution, Titan prepared for the fight. Zurich, it said. Ready the defense systems. Activate all weapon batteries. Zurich moved quickly, fingers flying over control panels. Outside, the ship's cannons rotated slowly. Turrets emerged from hidden bays. Shields hummed, thickening like a force field. The first wave arrived. Small fighters darted forward like angry wasps. They fired energy bolts and missiles. Titan raised an arm cannon and fired a blast that vaporized a squadron instantly. The ship rocked from enemy fire, but the shields held strong. Titan stood at the command window, watching the swarm. Bring me their leader, it said. A massive Zarnok dreadnought led the attack. It was bigger than most cruisers, bristling with weapons. Its captain, Commander Velkar, barked orders. Focus fire. Destroy the Retribution before it kills us all. The dreadnought fired a volley of plasma beams. They hit the Retribution's shields hard, leaving glowing scorch marks. Titan responded by launching a wave of energy pulses, cutting through the smaller ships like a blade. The dreadnought moved closer, aiming a massive cannon at the Retributions. Hull. Titan grabbed a huge metal column inside the ship and threw it like a spear through the windows. The column struck the dreadnought, cracking its shields. Velkar screamed into the com. Retreat! Retreat! The battle continued for hours. Explosions lit the black sky. The Retribution fired again and again, destroying enemy ships. Titan moved through the corridors, checking on the humans aboard. The rescued slaves and survivors looked at the giant with hope and fear. A young woman named Mira approached Titan. You fight for us? She asked quietly. Titan's red eyes softened. I protect the forgotten, Mira smiled. Then maybe ... we can survive. Meanwhile, General Rachtel grew desperate. The Retribution is stronger than expected, he growled. Prepare the secret weapon. The officers looked uneasy. What secret weapon? Asked one. Rachtel smiled darkly. A weapon built to end all wars. Deep in a hidden base, the secret weapon waited. A gigantic machine, older than most living beings in the galaxy. It was called the Devastator. Its metal body was covered in scars and glowing circuits. It had once been a Titan-class machine like Retribution's guardian, but corrupted and twisted by dark science. Its eyes glowed purple. The base commander activated the machine. Awaken. Devastator. Time to finish what was started. Back on the Retribution, Titan sensors detected a massive energy spike. Zurich, what is that? Titan asked. Something big, Zurich replied. Too big to ignore. The ship's A warned. Unknown vessel approaching fast. Power levels beyond normal limits. Titan prepared for the worst. As the enemy ship appeared, it was clear. The Devastator had arrived. Titan's voice hardened. Then let the war begin. The two giants faced each other in space. The Devastator's purple eyes locked on the Retribution. Titan's red eyes burned with fury. The silence before the fight was deafening. Then, without warning, the Devastator fired a massive energy blast. Titan raised its shield and charged forward. Metal clashed against metal. Sparks flew. The fight shook nearby. Planets, small ships fled in terror. Titan's cannon fired rapid blasts. The Devastator responded with crushing blows, each blow sent shockwaves through space. The battle was brutal. Neither Titan gave ground. Inside the Retribution, the humans watched in awe and fear. Mira held her breath. Titan roared, "You will not destroy Earth's memory." The Devastator growled back, You are a relic. You will fall. The fight continued. Titan found an opening. It charged its cannon, firing a blast directly at the Devastator's core. The enemy staggered, but it recovered quickly. It fired back, hitting Titan's left arm. The arm shattered. Titan roared in pain, but did not stop. It grabbed the giant asteroid nearby and hurled it with all its strength. The Devastator tried to dodge but was hit hard. Pieces of metal flew. The battle was far from over.